Hello everyone, and thank you for watching this introduction to Fuzor. I'm going to get things going really quickly. I'm trying to squeeze as much into this video as I can. Once I get everything running, I will give a little bit more information about what this video is and what it will be covering. But as you can see, I already have my Revit project open, so I'm going to navigate to my Calic Fuzor Tech tab. Once in the tab, I will click the Launch Fuzor button. This will launch the Fuzor application and start the Revit to Fuzor sync. So while this gets going, I'll let everyone know a little bit more about Fuzor. The intention of this software is for Fuzor to fill in as a design tool over the course of a project. The idea is users will run Fuzor alongside Revit to assist in the day-to-day tasks. The way this is done, we sync Fuzor with Revit, and what I mean by sync is we do not export and then import files. We actually create a communication link between the two programs. So when users change something inside of Revit, we get this information and make the changes inside of Fuzor. That being said, what is going on the screen right now is Revit is sending Fuzor all of the files information, and this information is getting transformed into the 3D environment. All the tables, chairs, walls, windows, lights, and materials are loaded into Fuzor using Revit's information, and then once this sync is complete, users will spawn inside the building as an avatar, and then they'll be able to explore the project. The time for this sync process will change depending on the file size and the computer. I will probably fast forward through the rest of this, but I will let you know the total time it took to sync on this computer, and I'll give you some basic stats on the actual computer that I'm using. Okay, now that the sync is complete, let's go ahead and rearrange these windows and resize them so we can get these things side by side. This is a lot easier if you work with dual monitors, but we're working with just the one for the recording right now. And as I rotate around inside of Fuzor, you can see that I am an avatar inside the project, and I can start walking around. First thing I'm going to show you is our BIM information. Go ahead and close the menu, and as you select objects in the scene, you'll see that they highlight in blue, and we'll give you all the BIM information for that object. Kind of scroll up and down to see all of it. Let's go ahead and select another object. You can see it always turns blue and provides you with the BIM information. It'll resize depending on how much information you have. Also, we have a lot of these pedestrians walking around. We give you the ability to control this inside the menus. Pedestrian density. I'm going to go ahead and slide this all the way down to 0, just so that they kind of stay out of the way as I walk around and give you guys this demonstration. So I'm going to go ahead and show a few more features of Fuzor. One thing to keep in mind is everything does have physics in the project, so if you come up to a door, just right click on it and it'll disappear, allowing you to walk on through. I'm going to show the edit selection, which is our backward sync. This basically links Fuzor and Revit together by selecting an object inside of Fuzor and clicking the edit selection button inside of Revit. It'll actually search through and find the correct floor plan or ceiling plan, whatever the object is on, and highlight it for you inside of Revit. So this navigated us to the 5th floor, and as we zoom in, you can see that here's our object already selected for us. And I'm just going to go ahead and click delete, and it deletes inside of Revit, and now it deletes inside of Fuzor as well. So you can also see that we have a column that's missing a side, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that while we're here. I'm just going to walk on over there to give you guys a good view of this. And inside of Revit, I'm just going to select the actual wall and duplicate it across to fill in this little gap we have going on here. And as I do that, or finish doing that, you can see inside of Fuzor that it'll update and fill in the wall. I'm just going to flip it around so we get the right materials on the sides. And there you have it. So really quick and simple way of finding things inside your project and fixing them, navigating to them. I'm going to go ahead and get to a free cam mode real quick and fly to a new area and show you a couple other features that we have. So as I'm flying over there, what I'll be showing you on this example to fix this section. So I'm just going to select an object in this area and use the edit selection button to find the correct floor plan for it. And it brings me to the 7th floor, and you can see the object inside of Revit that it's selected. Now I'm just going to actually go over and turn on our view sync. So view sync is now on. So whatever you see inside of Revit, that now we have that view for the building. And as I move it around, the Fuzor camera will move with it to display the same information. So I'm just going to zoom into this area where it has the floor is just a little off, and select the floor and raise it up to be at the base of the door. So just select it, click on the move tool and moving it up. And there you go. And if you watch over on the Fuzor side, the floor should move up. And I'm going to go back to the avatar and just jump up a little bit. Press escape to deselect the floor. And now you can see that the floor actually is up towards the base of the doors. But you can see on the other half of the building that that half of the building is now gone. So we use cut planes to hide geometry that's blocking what you need to view. So to bring all of that geometry back, just go ahead to the 3D view inside of Revit, and this will actually bring back the entire building inside of Fuzor. So any geometry that's removed by changing to a different kind of section view or floor plan view can be brought back by going to the 3D views. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn our view sync back off and jump over to a free cam view. And I'm going to fly back to the front of the building, right in front of the lobby. Drop our avatar down over here. I'm just going to click the drop avatar button and turn around. You see these pedestrians here, they weren't removed because they're actually the ones placed inside of the Revit file. So we will not remove those if you turn off the pedestrians inside of Fuzor. But I'm going to go ahead and turn the lights on. So I'm going to have the sundial set to be nighttime, and you can see all the lights inside the building are starting to come on. All of this lighting information is actually being drawn from the Revit file. So let's go ahead inside and check out what's going on here. So once I get inside this lobby over here, I'm going to edit the lights on the ceiling. As you can see, we kind of have a yellow warm light. I'm going to go ahead and change that to a white light. So just select one of them and go over to our edit selection inside of Revit. This is going to search through Revit and find the correct ceiling plan and light. So let's go ahead and zoom in and find our light. And here we are. So let's go ahead and do edit type. And I'm going to navigate down to our initial color. And I'm just going to find a white light in our list. So let's just do the first one. And let's go ahead and press OK. And Revit is going to think for a little bit. And alright, so let's go ahead and press apply and OK. So this is going to start up the update for all the instances of this light throughout the project. This can take a little while depending on how fast your computer is or how many lights. This particular light, there's about 800 of them, so it's going to take a few seconds. On the bottom left hand corner you can see we have the arrows animating, indicating that it's going through this process and it's updating everything. But once the whole process is finished, you'll see the lights starting to change, and it's going to have to recalculate a lot of the lighting as well for the rooms, so how the light falls on all the objects. But there it is, it's all done. And as you look around, we have white lights on all of these lights, and I think over here, yeah, we got some more inside that room that are the same light as the lobby, so you can see that they're white. This also works for materials as well. Select this tabletop, let's go ahead and select it and do edit selection, and hop on over to our edit type, and let's navigate over to find a new material. So let's change the material on the tabletop. Let's find like a marble material. And here we are. And just apply that and press OK. And as you can see inside of Fuzor, all the tabletops are updating with the correct marble material. And if you actually click on the tabletop and look at the BIM information, we actually have marble listed as the material. You're also not limited to just one avatar. You don't have to walk around just as the male avatar. If we go up to the menu and click on that to expand it out, we have our different avatar types. We have female, male, child, and the disability on and off. Turning disability on will place your avatar in a wheelchair. This gives you a different perspective just to kind of explore your project and get a different point of view. The wheelchair is to scale, so if you don't build your doors to the correct scale, the wheelchair actually will not fit through. I didn't know if I'd